Greetings, and salutations, beautiful people in the beautiful world. It is me, he is I am him, Zach Latimer, Z-Lat. Welcome back to another segment of Right and Exact. A shout out to a new nation and a shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in. You could be doing a lot of other things right now. I do know this, but you are here with me, and I do appreciate that. We are going to talk about motivation. Motivation. Now, don't stop my show. Motivation. Um, as in the T.I. That's a little throwback, man. Motivation is simply the reason why you do things. The reason why you do things. Now, if you want to get deeper into this, you can go check out Enlightenment Transformation. Chief goes all the way in. I'm going to just highlight a couple of the points. So, motivation is the reason why you do things. Now, you need to ask yourself, what is the reasons why you're doing the things that you do? And some of these reasons could be internal, which is going to push, or they could be external, which is going to pull. And if you are not careful, then you can mistake your oppressor's motivation for your own motivation. Okay? If you are not careful. So let's highlight some of these things. So it could be external. Some of the sources of motivation could be external, which is no different than a greyhound when they are placed on a track and they are on this track and something is placed in front of them. So now it's going to pull them along to get them to move in movement, motion, but there really is no true motivation. So it puts a carrot in front of them or puts a rabbit, and then it just gets them to run, and then they get on the track and start running around trying to catch this thing that they have placed in front of them. No different than if you bought a TV or if you just bought some new rims and they're putting this thing in front of you, and then you say, I just got a few more payments and then I'm done and I'm good. And then they place this other carrot that's in front of you saying, here, now that you got rid of that, you now need this. You need this to be in part of the in crowds. You need this to feel better about yourself, because once you have this, then this is what everybody has. There's really no true motivation behind what you're doing. The person that's motivated is the one that's getting you to get this stuff because they're motivated to get that money, right? So, or even if when you use these different terms, as in like, what are those? Yeah, if I'm a shoe company, I'm going to make that go viral because I want you now to have fear of judgment, and you don't want to be judged. So now you want to have the most quote unquote the nicest thing. So now you're going to come buy the shoes or whatever that I'm putting out. So now that you feel like you fit in, and Matt, I'm walking away making off like a fat rat because of your fear of being judged. Now, the other piece that goes along with this, it could be internal. Internal is what's going to push. So now if we look at it in a sense of a border collie, we'll give this dog's name too. We'll give him Benjamin. Your name is Benjamin, and Benjamin is rounding up sheep. And sheep are just out there standing. They just want to graze in the grass, and they just want to have a good time. But then Benjamin comes along, and because of hard protocols put in place, all the sheep have to move. They're put in motion, but there really is no true motivation. The one that's motivated here is Benjamin. And unbeknownst to the sheep, or maybe they know, maybe they don't know, that they're moving, but because Benjamin is hard protocols that Benjamin is putting in place. This even goes along with your religions. Sometimes it's the Most High tells you that you better do this or you better do that, and if you don't, then these hard protocols put in place, they're going to burn you in a fiery eternal pit. But when do I really get time to sit and think about this stuff? And the only time that you really get to sit and think about it is maybe on a Sunday when you have to sit in a congregation, and even in this congregation, the person that's standing in front of me maybe is motivated by what is in my pocket, or are they motivated by fear? So now they put their fear on me, and we're in the last of the last days, and brothers and sisters, and you better get right or you're gonna burn. And now they putting that fear on me. Or are they motivated by what's in between my legs? And it may not always be what's in the front door. See, I ain't doing the gossips. You ain't heard that from me. I ain't saying, but I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? These are all things that you need to start to take into account. You need to start looking and say, you know what? Is it what I'm doing fear-based? Or am I really motivated by what I'm doing? Now, the motivation that another source of motivation will come from internal, which is the need for personal growth. Now, when you have the need for personal growth, it's going to push you and make you become a learner. And when you become a learner, then you're going to have to naturally become a scholar. And when you become a scholar, you start to take in new information. When you take in new information, then you will become enlightened. And when you become enlightened, then you will become transformed, because you will find this need to get out of your personal circumference, your personal own bubble of knowledge that you already have, to expand and gain more knowledge. Now, if you're a know-it-all and you feel like you got all the answers already, well, yeah, there's no need for any more new knowledge. There's no need for any more personal growth, because you know it all. But just remember this old saying too, is the person who knows everything knows that they know nothing at all. The more that you start to read, the more insight and the more elders that you begin to sit down and just have conversations with and take on new information, you'll start to see that the majority of this stuff that I thought I knew, I really don't know much. So give me more. Give me more. So when you sit down and you really just take a look at things, I want you to just look at it and ask yourself why. Why are you at this job? Why do you do the things that you do? Why do you want Jordans so much? Why do you stand in line forever to get the latest thing? Why do you want to say, I got red bottoms on? Why do you want to have these different brands on? Why? And if the things that you ask yourself why don't speak to your higher self, don't speak to your higher ideas, don't speak to your higher purpose, your higher drive. And when I say higher drive, I'm talking about beyond your fears. If they don't go beyond your fears, then why the heck are you doing it? Are you in motion? Are you truly motivated behind what you're doing? This causes you to sit and think. And I know a lot of motivational speakers will say, find your why. You need to find your why. Don't find your why. Ask yourself why. And then when you start to ask yourself why, then you'll find your own internal motivation of who is really making me do what I'm doing. Is it fear-based, or am I motivated behind what I'm doing? I will that you got something out of this. I will that you have a wonderful day. And I will that you find your why. And if you want to chop it up with me, you can hit me up on Instagram at Zach Latimer, ZACHLATIMER, or on Twitter at Zach Lat. Or you can hit me on the email, ZachLat3@gmail.com. I'm out. Deuces.